they're not all.
So
They're not all wrong. They're not all right. But I just have enough experience, I think, in this industry
yeah,
that,
I don't want.
and it's a very old school. I do things an old school way.
Yeah.
Term detailing has kind of gotten dirty, so you don't have high spots and low spots, and
It really almost does take a lifetime of talent to gain the knowledge. You know, can I bought this? I better not, because I'll burn through the paint in 2 seconds. You know, like
however, if you keep cutting your time, you also lose value.
I can understand how when you hear that, you're like, you know,
Right.
because I just put 15, 20 hours into that thing, like a little more.
And some people, I have my stages and my processes and my steps, and I keep to them. But it keeps
What works.
Yeah.
That's what you have found.
It's a proven method.
Yeah.
Are there new ones that could possibly work better? Sure. But most people these days are doing that because they want to cut time. Time is money, and I get that. However, if you keep cutting your time, you also lose value. If people can see that you can do this process that isn't that extensive now, but you're still charging the premium price, the knowledge and the time into it is now gone. And it kind of takes the art out of the skill, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
If you're just tuning in, this is Jeremy with Precision Polishes.
Hello?
We're doing a sit down, and I just wanted to kind of go through how my experience was dealing with Jeremy and getting my car corrected the right way, and how do I feel about that. And if you didn't check out our first video, check that out, because I included the before and the after. So the after, just unbelievably incredible. He just went so far above and beyond. I cannot thank him enough.
Much appreciated. I was happy to do it for you guys.
I mean, from my understanding, paint correction or detailing or anything that you are a professional at, I mean, it really almost does take a lifetime of talent to gain the knowledge. You know, can I bought this? I better not, because I'll burn through the paint in 2 seconds. You know, like those are the things you already know, and like it's easy to stay away from dangerous situations like that.
Right.
So,
And then there's a lot of misconceptions on people who see all these people advertising as being detailers. And it's not to be derogatory towards anybody, but a lot of things that most people will advertise as detailing is more of it's a lot of the mobile situation, where it's a mobile car wash in a vacuum or something like that. But like, to really get into detail, like I had your car 2.5, almost 3 days. And that's what it takes to actually go through and get the details.
absolutely, yeah.
So I think the term detailing has kind of gotten dirty,
Yeah.
if that makes, and not in a derogatory sense necessarily, but
to use that term,
Right.
because you're doing so much more than just detailing. You know what I mean?
right.
But I guess that's a term that most people can identify with. I guess,
Exactly.
Right? You know what I mean? But I mean, I can understand how when you hear that, you're like, you know,
Right.
because I just put 15, 20 hours into that thing, like a little more.
And some people, like you were talking about earlier when we were talking, is that people don't see that time go into it.
Right.
They know that, Tommy's mobile detailing down the street can come and do it at their house. He'll be there 3 hours, vacuum their inside, do the windows, give it a nice wash job. And it's whatever price he charges. But for it to come here and go through something like this is not what, I don't want to call you not normal, but what normal people want on a daily basis. And it's not what people need on a daily basis either.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to have different levels of what you offer. But the problem is that some of the other companies don't offer this side of it.
Right.
But they advertise as being the same sort of company. And the general public, I feel like, doesn't understand that sometimes.
Yeah.
And doesn't see the value
Yeah.
that some people do.
There's one thing I want to segue into off of that, but what I wanted to say first was, maybe I'll just get into the segue. So what people don't understand is what it takes, to get to that ceramic coat, right? They hear it, they want the ceramic coat, but they don't understand what it takes to get the work done. They're like, yeah, it costs $1,000, $1,500, maybe even a little more in most cases. But it's mostly the manual labor, what it takes to get it there.
It is like the coating itself can be pricey depending on what brand you use or whatever. The knowledge on how to install it properly so you don't have high spots and low spots and overages in the spots so it looks proper is a whole nother skill that you have to have. But the cost is not necessarily all in that, and people misrepresent that. Is that they want the ceramic coat and they want that protection and the glossy finish so it looks nice and the waterphobic stuff. But the process to get your paint in the condition that it needs to get
Right.
is where the hours and the labor comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even in yours right now, I think I have 19 hours of machine polish work in it between the correction and polishing.
Which is significant.
Right. It's a very little car, but there's a lot of little spaces, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's a lot of time. I mean, I've been doing this for, we're in 27 years. Started my first job when I was 15 doing this. I'm 43 I'll be 44 this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
I've spent the time and I've screwed up some cars in the past. I've learned hard lessons, and that's how you learn.
Right. It really is. I've spoken to many detailers on the higher level, and as much as you don't want to hear them say that, that's what you have to do to find the limits. Right?
Oh, 100%.
So that is where,
Sometimes you don't know the line until you cross it.
yeah. And
But as we get older and we learn, we do learn where that line is, and then we don't cross it.
exactly.
But
yeah.
that experience comes with, unfortunately, screwing some things up.
Yeah. And with Jeremy saying that, one thing I enjoyed most about this process is him being so fully transparent. My vehicle, our vehicle, wasn't super messed up, but it definitely needed love. But he kept me informed every step of the way. Like, hey, I'm going to do this here, but I'm not going to do that here because of this reason. And I was like, I fully understand. This car has age. It is in good shape, but it's not perfect. Let's not, do more harm than good, right? So I really enjoyed that about dealing with Jeremy when he was correcting this vehicle.
And I'd rather be upfront with somebody because a lot of times you're not truly aware of the condition of your vehicle because you haven't seen it. One, under the lighting that I have in the shop is ridiculous. So it's very harsh lighting and it shows everything. When I come across stuff like that, it's never I always disclose that it's not to pick your car apart because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to discredit their car or how nice they think it is.
Right.
I want you to be aware.
I think it'd probably be a little difficult for normal people to hear criticism like that, right?
Right.
I could see that being a challenge.
But you have to let them know so one, it doesn't come back on you.
Exactly.
So like I had sent you a few pictures and videos of your car. There was a few paint flaws.
Mm-hmm.
And they were nothing that you did, nothing that I did clearly, but you'd never seen them.
Exactly.
You didn't even know they existed, and you may never see them again.
Hopefully.
Right. Like I said, the lighting here is very harsh,
Right, yeah.
but it's just to make you aware.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that it was already there, it's something you want to fix in the future, that it's possible to use.
That's the way it should be, and I think it probably needs to be. Everyone's different, right? Like if you tell somebody, hey, it's been repainted, they might get super offended and want to block you on every social media platform. But
I haven't gone that far, but I've had people think that I was tearing their car down.
yeah. When you're dealing with just the public like that, you kind of do have to be a little cautious.
You do, and you try to read people, as a general. Some people don't care so much about their car and how perfect it is. And like I said, this kind of detail is not for everybody, and not everybody needs this on their daily car. I would never try to tell everybody they need a full paint correction, and like a lot of people don't. A lot of people are just fine driving their car to work, going through an automatic car wash, and being done with it. Yeah. And that's not the best idea, but that suits a lot of people, and they feel fine. They think their car is clean, they feel good, and that's their type of clean.
Right.
People like you, people like me who are in the car world, go out like to show our cars. It's under a microscope constantly.
Yeah.
You know as well as I do, even the nicer the car is, the harder you look at it.
That's true.
because it becomes more interesting to you.
Yeah, right.
Then you want to see all the special things. What did they do? What's different? How nice is it? Is this here? Is that there? But with that, the closer they get, if there are imperfections, they're going to notice those as well.
Which, yeah, I guess I've
Unfortunately.
been in that situation too.
So we
like-
try to get out as many as we can.
So, and I think you nailed it. You really did. You knocked it out of the park. If you're just tuning in, this is Jeremy with Precision Polishes.
Hello?
We're doing a sit down, and I just wanted to kind of go through how my experience was dealing with Jeremy and getting my car corrected the right way, and how do I feel about that. And if you didn't check out our first video, check that out, because I included the before and the after. So the after, just unbelievably incredible. He just went so far above and beyond. I cannot thank him enough.
Much appreciated. I was happy to do it for you guys.
It was such an amazing, transparent process. One of the things I can say I liked the most working with Jeremy is he kept me informed every step of the way, whether it's sending me videos or, text messages, calls. Like, there was no shortage of communication. There really wasn't. I knew what was happening with my car the whole time, and I really appreciated that. And it was cool to see the progress along the way. So with that being said, there's a difference between seeing it on your phone, right, and then seeing it in person. There's just two completely different experiences. So when I was able to get here and see it in person, I was just blown away. I could not believe how this SMX turned out. It just looks so incredible. And I'm so thankful for Jeremy. He did such a good job.
Like I said, you guys are more than welcome. I'm glad it's quickly going to a show where it can be seen,
Right.
and people can also appreciate a little piece of Japanese history that made its way here.
Yeah, we're still in the winter here in Nebraska, so this will not be driven until the car show. I guarantee you that it will be tucked away until we truck it halfway across the city downtown. So I just cannot believe how well it turned out. I'm still just super excited. I'm probably just gonna, put a folding chair in the garage and just hang out with the car tonight. That's what we do sometimes, right?
That's something nice to look at least. some garage art for you until
That's
the car show.
Guys. We don't like to admit it, but sometimes we do that.
I mean, that's why it's in the background now, right? It's good art.
So, I'll say, if you're in the Nebraska or surrounding area, give Jeremy a call. Just give him a call. I'll tell you, this is where you want your car. You do want your car here. Just every little attention to detail. Nothing was missed. I mean, he did so much more than I even asked for, to be honest. I can't believe it. I'm so glad I went with Precision Polishing.
Well, we're happy to have you. You're welcome back anytime.
Right.
I'm sure we'll see you in the future.
I'm sure we'll bring one back. We'll bring another one back. Yep.
I'm sure that gold truck's my doctor, right?
That's right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Anytime. Welcome.
right.
Enjoy. Have fun with it. Show it off.
You know we will.
You guys both deserve it.
Make sure you like and subscribe our channel. Check out his channel too while you're at it, because he's got better content than you do. But thanks for tuning in today, and we'll catch you in the next one.